good morning, and good morning. It is Monday, and my name is Barbara Beckley, and you are watching right now, right here, this morning, 8:05 a.m. Central Time, the Diamond Factor Experience Show with Barbara Beckley. Yay! I hope everybody's doing a wonderful Monday. We're starting off the week right? We're not complaining about Monday. We are getting into it because we know that Mondays are awesome. As I always say, now give me a minute. I'm doing a quick tech check because I know there's been problems with sound lately through StreamYard and Zoom. I don't know what it is. It's just like it's been going on for like 2 months now. So I just have to make sure that you can hear me, that I know that you can hear me. So let me just get right into the station. Yes, you can hear me because I can hear myself. Yes. So today is going to be an awesome show. We have Miss Regina Bergman. She's coming on with a slew of other friends that she has. She's doing a panel type of discussion. And then after that, we have our wonderful other new expert that's going to be coming on every Monday. Rodney is coming on. Oh my God, I cannot wait. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. You need to get yourself a cup of coffee, some water, whatever you drink. If you have something to eat or something like that, get that right in front of you because this is going to be an amazing time. He's going to be coming on around 8:35 this Central Time, and you'll be hearing him for the first time on the Diamond Factor Experience Show. So he'll be coming on every Monday, giving you some positivity, motivational Monday type of stuff, talking about leadership, just a lot of different things he has. I mean, he has a whole mixture or realm of items that he basically gives tips and skills on. So please stay on and listen to him. He will be coming on later on down the show. So with that, I just want to just remind everybody before I start, because it's a full pack show, and I want to get out the way of that. I want you to hear these lovely experts today. But one thing I want you to remember, somebody had to remind me, the person, I'm always the one talking about PPD, your purpose, passion, drive, always understanding that, always getting into, in the zone in that, getting focused in that. And someone that I really care about, and they care about me, came to me and said, Barbara, don't lose your focus. Don't lose your focus. They must have seen something that's been going on with me the last few days, because there has been some things that's been going on. And I have been remember I told you about the earthquakes and floods that come in your life and that wants to kind of pass away what you're really supposed to be focused on? Well, there was an earthquake that came in my life this weekend. Well, not this weekend, this last week into the weekend. And my focus was a little bit off. It really was. I had to admit. And after they told me that, it was confirmation that my focus was a little bit off. But don't beat yourself up because your focus might be a little unclear at times. What you need to make sure you do is that you get it together, you understand what's going on, you see, what's the problem or the challenge or whatever you want to call it, and then you just get back on target again. You just get back on. It's just like riding a bike. Okay, you put your bike to the side, you got off the bike. Okay, now you get back on the bike and you start pedaling, you start riding, you start doing what you got to do. So that's what I always tell people. It's not so much of beating yourself talking about, I have focus. I didn't get what I needed to do. I didn't get it done. Oh, I'm not concentrating on what I should be concentrating on. I'm over here somewhere. Okay, life happens. You're human. Things happen. But the biggest thing that I want you to remind yourself of all of that is to make sure that you get back on track again and just keep it moving. That's all you have to do is keep it moving. No one's not sitting here keeping a tab of time on saying, well, you messed up this time, so, check off this. You got a minus here, minus that. No, we're the only ones that do that. We are our worst critics, as we know. I know I am my worst critic when it comes to things. So don't do that. Make sure that you just say, I need to get back on target, and here I go. And I'm going forward again. And if it happens again, it happens again. It's called the process. It's a process of life. So with that, I'm going to start the show, and we're going to get this moving with these experts. Hold on tight. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone. I am excited to bring you today the most interesting panel you will ever meet, a group of guests that are absolute superheroes. We'll hear more about that in a moment, how they are superheroes. But I want to introduce you to the Entrepreneurs Justice League. Welcome, everyone. Glad to have you on the show today.
Hello, hello.
Glad to be here.
Hey, Regina.
You'll get to meet everybody individually here in a moment. But first, we want to talk to you a little bit about what is the Entrepreneurs Justice League. And I'm going to ask Jason Tracy here if he will tell us a little bit about how we as a team got this name, what it means to him. And Jason, will you take that for us, please?
Yeah, so it all started out with a conversation between me and Regina, and she was talking about doing some collaboration. And then she came back to me. We're supposed to meet on a Tuesday, and she was like, I've invited some friends, and there's going to be some more people on the call. I've got this crazy idea. And I thought it was funny. At first, I was like, wait a minute, what are we doing? What meeting? What are we supposed to be doing? So we get on, and there's this amazing collection of people from all over the world, and everybody had their own unique superpower, their own unique thing they bring to a business that allows them to fly, allows them to survive, allows them to thrive. And the name that was ringing in my head was Justice League. You know, you think about Superman and Wonder Woman and Green Lantern and Aquaman, to Tim's point, and they all have their own super individual power. And that was how I looked at this collection of group. And so I just jokingly said, it's like we're the Entrepreneurs Justice League. And Regina's like, that's it. That's what we are, and so we've kind of rolled with it ever since. So that was my unique contribution to the group.
And we have rolled with that. And you know what? Originally, I thought, okay, well, that's just kind of the name we call ourselves inside of the group. And as we have grown and evolved, it's like, no, that's who we are. That's how the world's going to know us. We're the entrepreneurs.
No, you know who the real unsung hero of superhero groups is? The costume designer. I never make it on screen, right? Who's the costume designer?
Who's our costume designer?
Yeah, who is that?
I want to.
Which one of you is going to take on that role?
Not me.
So let's talk a little bit about why we came together. And I suppose I should take the lead on that, since I'm the one who interrupted Jason and I's meeting by bringing other people on. But we were originally going to be talking about a collaboration, doing something together. And as I reflected on that, I thought, you know, there are other people that we could bring into this. There are other people that would be a great asset to us in doing this collaboration. And it just kind of blew up in my head, as Barb Sayers and Barb Ellison can tell you ideas do for me. They just kind of blow up. So I made a couple of calls and arranged for a couple of people to join us, or a few people. I don't remember how many we had on that first conversation. And then it just grew as I thought of other people that could really contribute. It just grew. And now there are 10 of us in the group, 9 different companies represented, each company bringing a skill set, each person bringing a skill set that is unique and that, you know, is their zone of genius. And so all of these skill sets together allow us to serve our clients in a way that none of us could individually. Right, folks?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yes, Tim, please.
No, that's the same. Absolutely what you said. And I think that's the thing. We as business owners, one of the challenges I've seen for so many years now is that we come into business with one particular skill set. Right? We're good at the one thing that we do, and this will be a universal sort of realization for people. You know? But all of a sudden, as we evolve as entrepreneurs, we very quickly realize that we've got all these other things that need to contribute to running a successful business, and we can either take those things on ourselves and go and often burn out in the process, or we can actually sort of reach out to people, experts in their particular area, who can actually deliver a much better result than we would be able to individually. And that's, you know, for me, that was what attracted me to the Entrepreneurs Justice League in the first place as well.
Yeah, exactly. How about you, Adam? What was the thought process for you when you joined us?
Oh, really people. And I was fortunate enough that I got to connect with you through Jason Tracy had let me know there's this great group of people. And, I think Tim said it very well, right? You don't know what you don't know. And it's really nice to have a group of like-minded people share the same values or about helping others and helping people solve problems. And, I'm good at the one thing, but there's a lot of things I'm not, but they're still important to a business in order to survive and thrive. And that's where having a great, collaboration here with great resource partners can really help me, help people in my network, and just very excited to be a part of this.
Awesome. I think that by being in this group and a part of this Justice League, we elevate the service that we're able to provide to our clients so much, because I think as coaches, and many of us are coaches in one form or another here, but some of us do some other things also. But I think that coaches may tend to sometimes think, I am the answer. I am the answer. I have all the answers. I can get you where you want to go. And the truth is, none of us are the whole answer, right? We're a part of the solution for them. And having this group of folks that we can call on each other and say, hey, my client needs what you do. My client needs what you do. And being able to have this group of folks that are so skilled at what they do and be able to bring them to our clients is, to me, is just priceless. I see lots of heads nodding.
Yeah, absolutely. I echo that sentiment. I think, Regina, in that, collectively we represent hundreds of years of business experience with thousands of clients in, dozens of countries around the world.
Yes.
And that's not to be taken lightly. We see issues with clients in El Salvador, in the US, in Australia, in Europe, in South America, in Africa or whatever. And those problems that entrepreneurs face as they grow their business, often we do that in isolation of anybody else, right? Or we get one person who, as you said, has the whole solution, but it's not the case. They might be able to make that step one step at a time, but bringing a collective together and being able to access so much experience and so many different skills, I think gives the entrepreneur who takes advantage of that an unfair advantage.
Yes.
In a market that's otherwise very, very competitive, and that's something that shouldn't be overlooked. And if I consider my own business and my journey, I haven't had one mentor, I haven't had one service provider. I've got 4 at the moment. Right, I've got 4 coaches at the moment, and each of them provides something slightly different in helping me grow my business. And every time I have a conversation with you guys as well, and with other people, I'm taking lessons on board in areas that I'm not as strong at in my business, and looking at how can that make my business better? How can I serve more people and create a greater impact as a result of what I do? And I think I've got a responsibility. I've got a responsibility to myself, to my family, to my staff, to my staff's family as well, in order to create it behooves me, for lack of a better word, right, to actually create a successful business.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What's cool from like what Tim is saying is like as we join this group, and like you're saying, we're doing business in dozens of different countries, and I've heard all of your stories, and it's even though we're working with clients from all over the world with all kinds of different experiences, the problems are the same core problems, no matter what continent, no matter what country you're in. And so I always hear people like, oh, well, I live in Michigan, I don't have the same problems as somebody that lives in Florida. Well, no, you have the same problem as somebody that lives in Australia, or the UK, or Zimbabwe, for all I know. They're all the same common problems.
Yeah.
Having had a client in Zimbabwe, I can say the answer is yes.
Yes. All right.
I always say a business is a business is a business. There's a foundational level that has to occur in any business for it to be successful. And it's pretty much the same, whether it's a for-profit, a not-for-profit, whether it's in the US or Australia or Zimbabwe, wherever it is, there are fundamental elements. And we bring all those fundamental elements together here, or many of those. and go beyond that. So let's take a moment and each of us just very quickly talk about what you do, what you bring to the group, how you serve your clients. Just a quick 1 or 2 minute thing. And Tim, let's start with you.
Yeah, look, I think I know we chatted off air very early on about what we wanted to sort of talk about in today's meeting. I want to share my mission, and I know Barb, you're going to do that as well. For me, it's really about accelerating the growth and success of the clients that we work with to create a bigger impact on the world in which they live. And when I first got into business, and I'm going to go back almost 40 years here, business to me was fun. I started a circus as a 6-year-old, and that was fun. And as I sort of evolved and grew my skills and grew my businesses, and through my teenage years and as an adult, the thing that I kept seeing around me was that business became very, very serious and very, very difficult. And where I was fascinated was that I saw the businesses that were succeeding be able to maintain more relationships, not just one relationship, lots and lots of relationships, and all those relationships were at different stages of growth, of sort of a journey that those relationships were on. So I'm in the space of fixing the holes in those relationships. We do that with technology. So we use a lot of CRM and marketing automation technology with our clients to fix, or manage those relationships a lot better. And that's where we specialize in.
Awesome. Thank you, Tim. And I love starting with your mission first, and then how how what you do fulfills that mission. So Barb,
I don't feel you need to do that as well.
I think everybody should do that. Barb Ellison, let's hear from you, because I know that you have a mission that you are anxious to share with the world as well.
And it came about by my mission is why a friend of mine asked me a question, and she just said, Barb, what do you want? And I said, I just want people to be happy. And it was just, and then she said, well, then that's your thing. So now it has absolutely evolved over these last 5 or 6 years. And it's now tweaking even more. But I'm on a mission to make happiness the norm rather than the exception, because I truly believe that people want and deserve to live a happy, healthy, financially free, abundant lives. And that we all want to have impact and influence, but we also need to earn income. And so for me right now, I am blessed to be able to combine 2 of my business loves. I've been in the wellness space for 40 years because of the impact that wellness has had on my own personal physical life. And so now I teach other people how to get that well-toned, svelte, high energy body that for speakers that we need to have. Whoops, my alarm's going off, telling me to come on. That for speakers and entrepreneurs who want to have that image of being well-toned and healthy and that kind of thing. Well, then my other love is personality science. So I can take those same people and help them to tweak their messaging so that they can also connect and engage more of their audience. And when they can do that, that of course is going to increase their income.
Excellent.
And so it's just the blend of both things that if people, want to have their body and then earn income, or they're taking their message and earning income. So it's just been a great way to blend the two into, and that's what I bring. And it's just fun.
Thank you, Barb. Jason Tracy.
All right. Sales is so easy, but we make it so hard.
He says
my mission is to help entrepreneurs and sales teams recognize and realize that they are that difference, to become authentic. And I know that word is so overplayed, I even hate to say it, but to be their natural selves, I guess is the best way to say it, in their sales process, to embrace their expertise, to embrace their purpose, their passion, and to go out there and to be able to communicate that, to be able to believe it, and to be able to put a process together to where it's sustainable and it's consistent. And so I I see so much transactions within interactions that that it gets so bogged down. You see businesses that go out of business. What is it? 80% of businesses are out of business within the first 5 years, and a big bulk reason because they can't sell. And so seeing that was my mission. I was a director of sales for a company that I was able to turn around a bankrupt organization and turn it into the top organization within our industry. And with doing that, I was seeing so many other businesses that were struggling. It was like, again, that thing that kept popping in my head is sales is so easy, but we make it so hard. And so that's my mission, is to help organizations understand that sales is easy, and to change that and reframe that story that they have in their head and what sales is. Burn the scripts and destroy the stigmas.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate that. And you're so right. We do make it hard. Pat, would you introduce yourself? Tell us what you're doing, what your mission is.
My sweet spot is working with people who have a story to tell, a mission to fulfill by sharing their knowledge through books, specifically nonfiction books. I work with coaches and consultants and entrepreneurs who recognize that the book is not the end game. The book is the door that opens up new opportunities. And specifically, you'll never get rich by counting on your royalties from your book sales, but you will build your business through speaking, coaching, consulting, online courses, and membership programs, which are the high income opportunities that flow from having a book. The book is the hub, and from there we can go in different directions. So my role is as a book coach, a editor, or a ghostwriter for people who want to write nonfiction books that will help build their businesses and gain them more exposure, credibility, and authority.
Excellent. Thank you, Pat. Barbara Sayers.
Good morning. So companies hire me to teach their teams how to use email marketing and profit from it. So my mission is to teach people how to use the written word. So in essence, I'm a copywriter, and I help bring dead email lists back to life.
Excellent. Thank you, Barb. Appreciate that. Adam Casolo, would you tell us what you do?
Absolutely. I love what Tim said, something about helping businesses create an unfair advantage. I love that, just the way that was kind of phrased and the verbiage he used. And, there's a quote that what resonates with me, that inspires me, by Patrick Lencioni. And he said, if you can get all the people in the organization rowing in the same direction, you can dominate any industry in any market against any competition at any time. And, that resonates because part of the mission, and Jason Tracy mentioned this about sales is it's people make it hard. It doesn't have to be. Kind of share the same thing with regards to hiring and teams and people. It really doesn't have to be if there's a process. So the goal is to help companies kind of change the way they view hiring, and starting to look at this as a way to build value and a way to market effectively their business. And really what we're focusing on is helping companies, business leaders, business owners and their teams really attract and select and retain the best people. And really it's done through helping them create a marketing and branding strategy that caters to their ideal employee.
Love it. Very good. Thank you, Adam. Pearl.
Hello, and thank you, Regina. I've just set my timer. Well, I'm going to start with who I am and what I do, because my purpose through these last mad 2 years has completely changed. So if I start by first saying my name's Pearl Cox, my company is Pearls of Wisdom Limited, and I'm based here in the UK. So you'll notice a slight difference in accent when I'm speaking. I'm first and foremost, I'm a digital communications consultant. I've done that for probably about 20, 25 years, where I've worked with blue chip companies, be it public, private sector, non-for-profit, government, everywhere, where I will write you a communication strategy and help you deliver it so you become the employer of choice. You actually stand out, or your C-suite will stand out as thought leaders, and I can help you build engagement that will trounce everyone else in your genre and can beat from that. And so that's what I do. But from this pandemic, when we've all been in lockdown, we've all had to change slightly. So I've taken my key skills, and I am now a podcast host. I was a radio presenter for a short time for the first year. I do training and I run courses as well. So I add all those skill sets and I bring those to help, be it on a one-to-one consultancy basis or as a group. But also, this is what this phenomenal collaboration does. Each and every one of these people adds so many wonderful things. And for myself especially, it's not just business. All these wonderful people have supported me in such a special way in the last few weeks. I don't ever want to lose them out of my life. They are all so, so special. And if you don't know them yet, make sure you get to know each and every one of them, because they are wonderful.
Thank you, Pearl. This
It's
is an
phenomenal
amazing
seeing
group.
you, Pearl. Like, it's
It is.
phenomenal seeing you this week and hearing you.
Yes,
Thank you.
we're really glad you're back.
Absolutely.
Miss Sherry Knight.
Yes, Sherry Knight. Well, my mission is to help people be the best that they can be, whatever that means. And so based on that, I've had the opportunity to travel and work all over the world with individuals and with groups who want to improve themselves. So my focus is generally looking at the small to medium-sized businesses and their staff so that we can work together through all of that and help people, i.e. be the best they can be. So that comes from the HR perspective, and that is my background over 40 years in HR, working with organizations, working with individuals from a perspective of how do they put themselves aside, how do they make themselves stand out from the crowd, how do they help themselves in terms of being that individual who communicates well, just like Pearl is talking about, who is hired in the proper area, because sometimes we just fall into a job and it's not the right job for us. So there's so many different areas that we talk about when we're looking at personal development. It's the leadership, it's the team building, it's that whole aspect about who are we and how do we put ourselves forward. So being a speaker, I've had that opportunity to talk to so many large and small groups. And with that, that's what this group is all about. This is a small group, and it's one of those things that says, let's get out there, let's help everybody who needs the assistance that they need, whether it's a large company, a small company, an individual. So that's where I'm all about, and that's what our group's all about. Thanks, Regina.
Awesome. Thank you, Sherry. And I am Regina Bergman, or Regina Partain Bergman in some places. And, my mission it goes back to what some of the others have talked about businesses that fail. Jason mentioned that the large percentage of businesses that fail. And when they fail, it impacts so many areas. Not only does that business fail, so now that family is impacted negatively from a revenue perspective, but also from a stress perspective. The community is impacted. The region economically is impacted, and it goes all the way up to the federal governments of whatever country you're in. There's a major impact, and small to mid-sized businesses, are the financial backbone of any country, especially true here in the U.S. And so, if I can play a part in saving one of those businesses and turning them around, so that they can be successful and have a positive impact on themselves, their family, their community, and even revenues in our nation, then that's a great thing. And then I also look at the generational impact of that. What does that do when that family is not so stressed that the family falls apart, or that the business owner takes their own life when their business fails? Let's turn all of that around and make it positive. Instead of 80% of businesses failing in 5 years, let's make that 80% succeed or greater than that. And I do that through helping with profit acceleration in their business, helping them find additional profit, and not only find it, but I give them a roadmap of how to create it within their business. And then I'm also focused on their exit strategy, because as we talked about earlier, you know, every business has certain needs. And if you don't build your business properly, you don't have a business to sell when you're ready to go on to your next adventure. Nobody wants to buy it. If you're the business, if everything revolves around you, you don't have a business to sell. 95% of people who go to a broker to sell their business have nothing to sell. The broker just has to turn them away. I want to change all of that. So that is why I've brought all of this group together. You're all amazing. We all have our superpowers. We are the Entrepreneurs Justice League. And I love it.
I find it interesting, Regina, that something that's about a very common purpose. That, you know, the stuff that we've gone through as entrepreneurs, we don't want to see other people go through.
Exactly.
And from whatever aspect that we come out of it, you know, you're coming up from a marketing perspective, Jason from the sales, Adam from making sure that you have the right people, as well as Sherry, you know, Barb making sure that the communication is correct, you know, Pearl and Pat, and, you know, ensuring that we've actually got a product, you know, designed in a way that people actually want to have it. And Barb's there, you know, because, you know, one of the things I find is like, why would you do it if it's not fun?
Yeah.
So, you know, everyone's coming at it from a different perspective, but everyone's coming at it from the perspective of let's help small businesses succeed so that we can create a bigger impact in the world around us. And I must admit, the older I get, the more important that becomes.
Agreed.
The impact is almost more important for me than the money, and the money is a facilitator of creating a greater impact. And the longer I'm in business, the more that becomes important. And I know that's a common sentiment with everybody here in the Justice League.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% agree. One of
I
the
think
things.
it's funny. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead,
Sorry.
please, Jason. Go ahead.
No, I just really resonate with that as far as the impact. I think it's funny from the sales guy that's always been my mission more than money, is the impact that I leave behind, and the impact I've played on different people and different careers or different businesses as I've watched them succeed. That has always been more important to me than the money, which is crazy from the sales guy.
And I personally have never been motivated by money. Money is a tool that allows me to make a bigger difference in the world. You know, you can't play as big as you want to without some funding behind it, right?
Right.
And I love being a part of the ripple effect that is created when I help someone else succeed. They go out and help other people, and I get to be part of that ripple effect. And that makes me extremely happy to do that. So we've got just a moment or two here to wrap up. Anybody have final comments that they would like to make?
Can I just very quickly?
I think what's important in this group is that we bring different networks, and it's something it's easy to get overlooked. We run in certain circles, and now we created a whole new circle, and our circles overlap with many other circles. And that's part of the power of a group, is the resources that you bring and the connections that you can make.
Excellent. Thank you.
I think
Pearl?
there's a no, go for it, Pearl. Sorry.
I was just going to say, everyone that is watching this, when you come back and watch it again and again, loads of people have set things up in these last few years, and they're just at the beginning of the journey. Every single person in this group has years and years of experience, so we can help you to move on, and it's what we love to do. So always take that on board.
Love that. Thank you. Tim?
I think this just demonstrates the power of joint ventures. You know, individually, I'm connected to 15,000, 16, 17, I don't know what number is anymore, 17,000 businesses around the world. Collectively, you know, we're you know, connected to hundreds of thousands of businesses.
Yep.
And that becomes really powerful accelerator in our own right, not just for us as business owners in our own right and creating a joint venture here, but for you watching this and going, not only can you access a bunch of skills and resources and networks, but you can create this in your own business as well. If you just start to think a little bit differently, approach your business with a different mindset, and go, I'm here at the center of this, and I'm the puppet master, if you will, the orchestrator. But you don't have to necessarily be the one doing everything. And that's, I think that's one thing that I've learned as an entrepreneur. And I know that's a lesson that everyone here has learned as well. Focus on where their genius is, get assistance and joint venture and collaborate where you're not as strong.
Excellent. Folks, it's been my pleasure to bring you today the Entrepreneurs Justice League, or in other words, my dream team. I have brought together my dream team here, and I love every person on this panel and what they bring to this Justice League and our ability to serve the needs of our clients. So thanks for joining us again today. Bye for now.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I had to check my mic. Mic check. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Regina, for coming on a Monday. Like I said, Regina comes on every Monday from 8 o'clock, starts at 8 o'clock to like 8:35-ish. I'll say that, maybe a little bit over. We got to do our sponsors right. So we got to put that time in when we're doing the show. But thank you, Regina, for bringing your Entrepreneur Justice League team and group on. I love the concept. I love the title of that. You're bringing in the heroes to help navigate and help those entrepreneurs out there to do that win-win. And I'm so glad that you are putting that together, because I know Regina, she is really, when it comes to helping entrepreneurs, especially when it comes to their finances and getting them to another level in life, that she is really a cheerleader and a coach. And she speaks on that a lot. As you know, every Monday she comes on and she talks about, within the leadership and growing your company to 6 figures, 7 figures. It can happen. You can do it. If you're not already there, you can do it. And Regina would be the one that you can reach out to make sure you get to that point. They make sure that you get that roadmap going, make that money, and then not so much, I always tell people like, well, do you want to be wealthy or rich? Wealthy or rich? Before I used to say rich, I say, yeah, I want some money. I want to have some money in the bank. I want to have a lot of money. And then I thought about it. I said, you know what? I want to really be wealthy. Not just wealthy in money, but wealthy in knowledge, wealthy in other avenues of my life, and just as wisdom and everything. Because when you have wisdom and knowledge, you can find ways to make the money. When you just, getting money and just saying, okay, I'm rich. Okay, you got some money, you work somewhere, you did whatever. But when you have that wisdom and knowledge, that's when you can really springboard into a higher level, and then look at his more of a wealth aspect more so than just being rich. And I always tell people, the biggest thing why I want to have wealth is to help others. I want to be able, if somebody comes to me and say, Barbara, I have this awesome idea. I want to, build this maybe foundation, this building, this community to help homeless, shelter women, or, if women are getting, having battered women, if they're dealing with that, or whatever it is that they want to build something, it's going to cost this amount of money to do. And I just want to be like, here, take it. Here's a check, or I'm transferring the money over to you so you can have it and build that. That's what I want to have the wealth for. I want to make sure that if somebody comes to me and says, I need this, Barbara, do you think you can help? And it is going to help the community. It's going to help the world. It's going to help the global in general. That's what I want to do. So I'm working towards that. It takes time. It's a process. You go through your highs and lows and valleys, but it takes a process, but that's okay, because I'm learning and growing as I'm doing it. And I'm so happy that, like I said earlier, I'm keeping that focus, even though sometimes you might fall off a little bit, but you're keeping that focus. So now I want to bring, because I know we're a little bit into this, I want to bring our new expert for Mondays. Get ready, get ready, get ready. This man, I'm telling you, Rodney Burrs. Oh my God. I met him through Clubhouse, and I'm just thank God that I was on that night in that room when I came in and I met this wonderful, amazing person. And it just clicked. It seemed like I got on stage. I told it because we were able to talk about who we are and how our business and how our story in our life. Basically, this is how our story is important. So I told my story of how I became where I am now, the Diamond Factor. And I also said that I have set my bar to be Oprah status. That's what I set my bar to. And it's okay. It's okay to do that. You shoot for the moon, right? Shoot for the moon. So this particular young man, he was in the room too. He was one of the moderators in the room. And after I said my story and everything, and Pam Pierre, I thank her too. If she's listening, I hope she's listening and listens to the show because I love her, adore her. She's one of I call her my official mentors now. So he heard me say about the Oprah status, and he said, "Okay, Miss Dr. Oprah, okay." And he always reminds me that till this day. And I'm this is why you need to have people in your life that are accountable for what you say, because you can go into some areas that you might not forget where you're trying to go to, but things happen. And then when somebody brings up the fact that, remember, you said you're doing this or you're trying to go this route, it gets you back in that zone and say, you're right. I didn't forget that. And thank you for reminding me. You need people like that in your life, that positive ways for people to keep pushing you and keep moving towards. So I had to thank Rodney right now for always reminding me of where my goal is to go. Because like I tell people, my goal is not just my goal, but I want everybody to come. We all come and be that status. So with that, I have to bring him on. We're going to bring him on and we're going to hear some. I know he has some stuff ready for you today. And I don't want to stop it anymore because of time. And here we go.
Rodney C. Burris is an international speaker, youth advocate, professional development coach, and published author who grew up in the inner cities of Baltimore and Jacksonville in the United States. In the USA, Rodney is regarded as one of the nation's top leaders in unlocking human potential and inspiring organizations to greatness. He's delivered speeches all over the globe and is poised to disrupt the status quo in leadership and organizational development. It is my distinct honor to introduce you to Rodney C. Burris.
Hello, good people. How are you? So I am actually in a place that is different from my normal office. I am taking up residence in one of our college classrooms here at the university. I just wanted to take a time and join in with Barbara Beckley and the Diamond Factor experience. I think that being a part of this phenomenal show and what we offer is one of the top things. So my name is Rodney C. Burris, and our segment is Realize, Reflect, and Remember Who You Are. And what we mean by that is this. Most of the time, the things that we're going to cover in our sessions are not necessarily brand new, right? They're not things that we've never heard of ever. It's not concepts that we haven't been exposed to from different mentors, from different philosophies or practice or belief systems. But a lot of times, we know it, but we forget it. You ever been in a situation where you're trying to remember the lyrics to a song, right? So you're trying to remember the lyrics to the song, and it's like, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's not that you never knew it. It's that I'm trying to grab it and apply it, right? And so knowledge is one thing, but the proper application of knowledge is wisdom, right? And being able to access that knowledge to apply it is understanding. I know where it is. I understand how it relates to this situation. So it's the knowledge, is understanding it, given the context, given the time, given the people, given the situation. Because in this scenario, I may be this type of person, But because of these things, I actually may need to adjust. That's understanding. And when I put it into practice, we're walking in wisdom. Does that make sense? And so in order to tap into that, to make our weeks great, to make our days great, to level up in how we experience life, right? There was a phrase that we used to throw around a lot in the nonprofit human services world, and it's called quality of life. Like, how do I improve my quality of life? There's a lyric by an artist. There were two artists, and they had this song called Moment for Life. And at the end of the song, the guy says, I'm trying to make this moment more than what it is, because everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives, right? In order to level up in how we experience life, we want to improve our quality of life. That comes through the proper application of what we learn, knowledge. Understanding it, that means working with it. That means picking it apart. That means not just kind of spitting out facts, right? That's why we don't really do a whole bunch of like, here are the 10 steps to, you got to know the 10 steps or the 5 steps or the 3 steps or you got to know those, because that's the foundation. But if we get that knowledge, but we don't get understanding, we are not able to properly use it in our lives. We can't level up our quality of life. And at the end of the day, we can't remember who we are. One more analogy before I get into it, because we're going to be talking about intentionality today, right? Sunshine, soil, dirt, rain falls the same, impacts the same, shines the same on an aluminum can that once had soda in it and on an acorn. But only one of those will produce an oak tree. So what that oak tree eventually becomes, being originally housed in the acorn, is not actually because of the sun. Because if it was just the sun, the aluminum can would be a big tree, right? Just give it 10, 15 years. That's going to be a beautiful tree. It don't work like that. The acorn already had on the inside everything that it took to become. And what I'm sharing with us today is that we already have what it takes to become. We already got it. We already got it. The relationships help. Enjoying examples like this, being a part of the Diamond Factor experience. These sort of things helps us in our leveling up. It helps us in our proper application of what we're consistently learning, right? But if it wasn't in us, it couldn't come out. It couldn't birth forth. So when we say realize, reflect, and remember, that's literally what we're doing. It's like, hold up. If I just take a moment, I realize, and then I think about it, reflect, and then I remember. That's right. I know who I am. I know why I'm here. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Deep down, we know. Deep down, you know what you're supposed to be doing in life, who you are or aren't supposed to be dating, what you supposed to, listen, I'm gonna give you an example. Last night I was real hungry, right? I was real hungry last night. And I was gonna whip myself up some eggs. I know it's a breakfast food. It is what it is, right? I was gonna make me some scrambled eggs last night, right? So I pulled out the cart and I had a little thing of apple juice. I was getting myself together. And because I felt so hungry, I not only was going to make some eggs, but I had something else. I forgot exactly what it was. It was some other thing that I had. But I was about to make me, and I'm not going to tell y'all how many eggs I got because y'all going to start judging me. It's too early in the morning for y'all to be judging me like this, right? So I was pulling together my eggs, I had my little other stuff. I had my apple juice. And when I was about to start cracking my eggs, I felt that I shouldn't go more than 2. Now I was going to go more than 2. To just let y'all know. I wasn't, 2 was like, I wasn't even. But I already had other stuff. But to me, I was real hungry. Now, mind you, when I say last night, this was like a midnight snack. So I was already asleep. I woke up because I was hungry. We really get to spend some good time, right? So I woke up because I was hungry. I was making myself in the middle of the night, like this whole like little meal. But there was a part of me that was like, hey. Not don't eat, right? Not don't get the other stuff. Not don't have apple juice. It's just you don't need right now much more than 2. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. In that moment, I'm like, first of all, I'm tripping. Let me go ahead and make my food. Because it wasn't a voice that I heard. It was a knowing. We know that knowing. It's called our gut instincts. It's called intuition. Some people refer to it as a still small voice. Some people refer to it as providence or being guided. The deal is that we all kind of know. Some people call it your subconscious or your psyche or your higher self. Listen, a rose by any other name is still a what? Call it what you want to call it, but it's subtle. And it's a notion and it's a knowing. It's not invasive. It's not intrusive. And guess what? It goes away. It goes away. Like, eventually, it just leaves. And so what we need to do, what we have to do, is learn how to pause, realize, reflect, and remember that's not trying to hurt us. Because following that gut instinct, following your heart, following the still small voice, following the steps that's laid out for us as we're being guided, helps us walk into a newness that helps us improve our quality of life. Let me do a quick time check. Okay, I got a few more minutes. I'm going to share this and we get out of here. Okay, and then we'll loop back around and we'll do this again on Monday. All right. Okay, so there's something called intentionality. You're familiar with it, right? I'm reminding us of who we are. Okay, so intentionality frames our 5 senses: what we hear, what we taste, what we smell, what we touch, what we feel. It frames our senses to take in what we want to take in. Can I show you what I mean real quick? If you're in a position to do this, right? Take your left hand. If you can do this, take your left hand and cover your eyes. Boom. Cover your eyes, right? Cover your eyes. Now, keep them covered. I'm going to ask you this. Think of something in the room that's orange. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes covered. Anything. Think of at least 5 things in the room around you. 5, 4, 3. Okay, now, open your eyes. It's a good chance that you struggle to think of anything, one thing that was orange. Look around the room, see if you see anything orange. You see that? Wait. You see it? Look for something else. Look for something else. I guarantee you the phases went like this. There's nothing in this room. First of all, the first phase was like, what is this guy talking about, right? That's life. What in the world is this new thing? What is this about? Second thing is, there's nothing in the room that's orange. What is this guy talking about? Third, okay, I think it was one. Open my eyes, look and scan and see. Told you it's nothing. Told you, oh, okay, that one thing, that's orange. Okay, that's orange. Okay, that other little thing is orange. And before you know it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things, 7 things popping up. Boom, boom. That's orange, right? More than likely. Take your left hand, cover your eyes again. Cover your eyes, cover your eyes, cover your eyes, cover your eyes. No cheating. Now think of everything in the room that's green. 5, 4. Keep your eyes closed. 3. Think of the stuff. Think of it. Open your eyes. Point to the green thing. Point to the green stuff. Point. When you first covered it, more than if you're normal, your first reaction was like, there's nothing in here that's green. Oh my goodness. And then you opened your, you thought of one thing, and then you saw, oh, and then, oh yeah, that's right. Oh. And before you know it, there's multiple things that's green. What changed? Did those things all of a sudden pop into the room? Did the room birth a whole bunch of little orange, a whole bunch of little green lights just pop through all of a sudden? It's always been there. What changed? Our intentionality. Our intentionality tells our senses what to see in this world. So if by intention I believe Mondays are a bad day of the week, what am I telling trillions of cells to reproduce for me? A bad Monday. If when I talk to them, I'm already thinking, you know how they are, it's about to be horrible. What are we telling trillions of cells to recreate for us? A horrible interaction. Well, by the same design, if all of a sudden I believe that people are working together to create opportunities for me, for my benefit and for theirs, and I believe it and I say it and I say it and I believe it, what do we condition trillions of cells to perceive? Opportunity, abundant assistance, bridges and connection. That just all of a sudden just happened. They've been there. See, that's the part that we struggle with. It's hard to really believe that perhaps these people have always wanted to. The crazy thing is that they may have suggested, offered, tried, and we just were not in a position yet to receive it. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up for today, and I'm going to leave us with this. There are things that we want that seem out of reach. And jumping from here to there is improbable. It doesn't make sense. I can't move into that new house. I can't leave this job and start this new job. I can't, whatever it is. But if we condition ourselves by stating that we're looking for it, the beginnings of the steps show themselves. One of the universal laws, I'm going to close with this, is that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but is already ever present. It's already existing. What does that mean? Everything is a form of energy. Fast-moving energy, slow-moving energy, right? Ideas are energy. Emotions are energy. Things are energy. You know the way you can take water vapor and slow it down? The reason why water is vapor is because it's full of energy. That's why it looks steamy. When that energy slows down, slow, it becomes cold and hard. We call that what? We call that ice. So everything works like that. Think about water as a reflection of life, right? So if everything is some form of fast-moving, slow-moving, intangible, invisible energy, or very, very visible energy, the universal law says it already exists. It can't be created nor destroyed. It's already here. Every opportunity and every outcome that we already are talking about, every relationship connection, it's right here. We just have to take a moment, realize, reflect, and remember. My name is Rodney C. Burris. You can find me across social media at Rodney C. Burris, RodneyCBurris.com. Once again, very appreciative of Dr. Barbara Beckley, Oprah Winfrey, and the phenomenal work that she's doing in this world. Let's all stay connected. Reach out to me. I'll definitely respond. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.
I'm hanging on your every word, the love inside, I feel it burn. I've never felt this way before. I've had a taste, now I want more. So here we are, just you and me. I'm overwhelmed when you touch me. You talk so sweet, I hear the sound, 'cause when you do, my feet won't touch the ground.
Woo hoo hoo. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, Mr. Rodney. I told you. And I'm loving what he touched. I know he said a lot of good things for you to really think of. But the thing that he brought up that I'm always bringing up is about if you put your mind and say that something's going to be, mostly it's going to happen that way because your words are powerful. What you think are so powerful. And he mentioned about Mondays. And he even said it. He used an example, said, if you think Mondays are going to be horrid and everything like that, if you keep putting it in your head, guess what? It's going to gravitate, and Mondays are not going to be a good day for you because you already had it here that it was going to be a certain way. I don't like Mondays. Here we go again. Here's another week starting. Oh my God, this and that. And that's what happens. I'm so glad that he brought that up because I am on a mission. That's one of my other missions, is to make sure that people see that Mondays are a good thing for you to start your week off. So thank you, Rodney, for coming on. Rodney will be on every Monday. He started today. He'll be on right after Regina. And please show the love, show the support. Come on Mondays. I'm telling you, we are trying. I am really working on getting some power-packed shows for you so you could what? You can have awareness, you get the knowledge, and you get motivated. Those are the three main things that I want. I almost put four. The three main things that I want to come out of this show. That's my mission, is to make sure that comes. So we will be back. Yes, I know it's over for the day, but not over forever because we will be back tomorrow with our show, Time to Shine Happiness show with the BBs, myself and Barbara Ellison, and we will have a special guest come on. We're not going to take guests because it would be a surprise to you. So we will be on tomorrow at 8:00 sharp on the Diamond Factor Experience Show with Barbara Beckley. Again, please enjoy your Monday. Like I said, if you got off a little bit, if your focus got off a little, that is okay. Long as you get back on track and you just keep it moving and pat yourself on the back, give yourself that hug and tell yourself that, hey, I'm still grooving. I'm still moving. It's just a part of life. It's only the process. You are just going through the process of life. See you on tomorrow morning. Bye.